Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. You can see Zach Brown got NFC Defensive Player of the Week after that 2-interception game, and we are definitely going to need this defense going into this week's matchup versus the LA Rams, and they are undefeated, as we do have a couple of player upgrades before the start of this game. Troy Apke gets an upgrade. He's actually still in the low 70s surprisingly, and you would think after like the way he's performing he would be a higher overall, but no. I mean, we are kind of dominating with these lower overall guys like Troy Apke, like Fabian Morrow. I mean, all these guys are in the low 70s and they're balling on defense. As we look at the standings here, almost through the halfway point of this season already, through 5 games with us, because we did have a bye week already. But the rest of these teams, look at the Rams. They are second in the NFC. We are fourth, but they're 6-0. But they do come to Washington for this matchup, and this is our biggest matchup of the year so far. As we, man, this is going to be a lot, because if you think about it, Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp, I mean, they have a squad, Jared Goff, and this is going to be a tough matchup from start to finish. So you can see Todd Gurley, he had a pretty good game last game. He got 3 touchdowns on the ground, 18 carries for 79 yards, and we all know that now in real life, he's a dual threat. He's a true dual threat. He's a receiving back now, and he can run the ball. There's not many guys that can do that. I think there's maybe probably like 5 in the NFL that can really do it as far as receiving and running the ball. Le'Veon Bell comes to mind. David Johnson comes to mind. Alvin Kamara comes to mind, and somebody like Kareem Hunt. So here we go. We now hop into this action as Jared Goff starts out this game giving it to Todd Gurley. Like I just said, he's a dual threat guy, but on a 1st and 10, here's Jared Goff. He has so much time in the pocket, throws the ball deep, but that's out of bounds, as that's intended for Cooper Kupp. So now on a 3rd and 8 at the 46, sending a blitz this time, getting it away to Todd Gurley, but that's going to be a tackle by, man, Troy Apke again. So out comes Jarrett Stidham, and he had a pretty good debut. You look at his stats here, 20 for 33, 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's a solid debut from the rookie, taking over for the rookie. So here we go, starting this game out, getting it to Equanimeous St. Brown, and the reason why he's in the game is because Hollywood Brown kind of lost his spot, because Jarrett Stidham, he's been kind of an accurate passer. I thought that the drops that Marquise Brown had to do with Tyree Jackson throwing the ball, maybe he wasn't throwing it in good spots, but he continued to drop the ball. So that opened up some playing time for Equanimeous St. Brown. He had a big preseason, but here on a 3rd and 9, trying to scramble to the left side, Jarrett Stidham gets hit that time and stopped before the 1st down marker. So we do line up to go for it on the 4th and 2. Got to be aggressive versus this Rams team who can put up some points. And we get stopped. Darius Geis cannot get back to the line. And now the Rams take back over close to the 50-yard line. So now on the first play of the next drive, 2nd and 10, getting it out to Todd Gurley. He's picking up a 1st down, a couple of broken tackles on that one. So almost the 1st down. So on the 3rd and inches, getting it out to Cooper Kupp. He's breaking a tackle from Quentin Dunbar and shaking loose, getting to about the 20-yard line on that catch and run. So now at the 20, 2nd and 9, throwing out to the left side, finding Gerald Everett, the tight end, and he gets to about the 10-yard line. So now on a 1st and 10, giving it off to Todd Gurley, spinning off of a tackle and getting inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line, tackled by Zach Brown. So now 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line. Here's Goff from the shotgun, and he's going to throw a quick slant to Cooper Kupp, and Kupp is going to get in for the touchdown. Unfortunately, he did tear his ACL in real life. Hopefully a speedy recovery for him, but the Rams do take the 7-0 lead in this game here at the 25-yard line to start out this next drive. Here's Stidham throwing the ball deep, but he throws it a little bit too short, and that's picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman as he comes up with the 1st turnover of the game. As, man, that was just severely underthrown. I didn't expect Roby-Coleman to really have good position on that, and I was expecting Jared Stidham to throw it a lot farther, but It turns out to be a turnover. So now here comes Goff back out on the next drive on 3rd and 6. Thrown out to the right side. That's Cooper Kupp. Once again, makes it to the 30-yard line. So they're already in to field goal range as we do wind down the first quarter here on a play action, throwing the ball across the middle. And that's picked off by Troy Apke. We were just talking about how this guy is still in the low 70s, but look at that athleticism. He's got 95 speed as well. He's a fast safety. I think he might be actually the fastest safety in the entire game as he comes up with an amazing interception. So now we come back on offense here on a 3rd and 9, throwing the ball across the middle, but that's incomplete, and we are going to have to punt the ball away to Jared Goff once again. So now here comes Gurley on the next carry on a 2nd and 7, getting a handoff to the right side. That's going to be his longest run of the day as he's up to 25 yards rushing off of 6 carries. So now here is Gurley getting a handoff from the shotgun this time, not picking up anything on that one. So now 3rd and 7. Here is Goff from the shotgun. Going to have all day throws to the outside, and that's not going to be enough as he's pushed out of bounds. Matt Edwards pushes him out, and that's going to be a punt once again for the Rams. So now back out on offense here on a 2nd and 8, getting it to Jamison Crowder, and that's a big pickup and another first down for this Washington offense. Still yet to put up points on the board, but on another play action, throwing the ball across the middle. That's a great effort by the veteran Jamison Crowder, picking up another first down. So past the 50 now, 2nd and 6. Here's Stidham. He can run a little bit. Remember, he's 1 point higher in speed than Tyree Jackson. He picks up a first down on that one. He's got that sneaky athleticism because, I mean, I don't scramble with him much, so they don't put out spies or anything, and he picks up a first down. So there's guys getting 5 yards on the carry. Going right back to him. This time he's got an open hole, and he's picking up a first down, moving it close to the 17-yard line. So now on the next play, 2nd and 5 this time, sending some pressure. The Rams, Johnson, the 3rd, is getting in for the sack, and that brings us to a 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, here's Jarrett Stidham rolling out to the right, going to throw on the run, but that's going to be an overthrow, and we are going to have to settle for the field goal, making it a 7-3 game. So now here's Jared Goff from the shotgun. Look at all this time to throw the ball, and somehow Todd Gurley runs out of bounds, and man, that's that physics engine for you, Madden, as he runs out of bounds and spoils a first down, as Todd Gurley can't get the screen pass that time, deflected by the lineman. So now on the next drive after the punt, here is Chris Thompson putting on a move on the defender, and he's picking up a big gain on that one past the 50-yard line. So here is Darius Guys finally getting some running room to the outside, picking up a gain of 6 on that one. So we're under 2 minutes here left in the half here on a play action. Rolling out to the left side here. Stidham throwing out to the left on the run. And that's a perfect throw that time to Jamison Crowder. He got the air on that one. He needed it, and he completed it. And now we're set up inside the 10-yard line. But on a 3rd and 4, a couple of plays later, we do take the sack as we have to kick the field goal going into halftime, and we fail to score a touchdown in the first half. And wow, what a first half this was by both teams. This is shaping up to be a good one as we start the second half down 6-7. So now to start the second half, here is Stidham under center. We do start the half out with the ball, but that's not the way you want to start, and that's Ibukum getting the sack. And that is going to set us already up with a 2nd and 19 on our first possession. On the next play, here's Stidham rolling out to the right side, going to throw to a wide open Jamison Crowder. I don't know what the defenders are doing on that one, and he picks up the first down. So we luck out as they forget about Jamison Crowder. So now on a 1st and 10, here is Stidham throwing deep on this pass, and that's deflected by Joyner. That's actually Roby Coleman, as we do have to come back out on a 2nd and 10, giving it to Chris Thompson, picking up 7 yards. So now 3rd and 3. Here is Stidham throwing across the middle, and that's deflected. And that was actually to the outside receiver, Paul Richardson, but the defender was there for the deflection, and that's a punt already to start this second half. So here is Gurley. He can't get anything going on the ground so far in this game, as Jared Goff throws across the middle on that pass, and another punt. So this is just turning into a defensive game. Who would have thought, you know, a high-scoring offense like the Rams can't put up any points? So now, here to start the next possession, here is Jamison Crowder getting open on a play-action fake. That looks familiar. That was the one we ran earlier. And Jamison Crowder goes over 100 yards with that reception. So here's Darius Guys getting the handoff and finally picking up some running room and getting out to the outside. And now we're in business. We're at the 12-yard line here on a 1st and 10, throwing out to the left side. That's Jeremy Sprinkle getting the reception on that one and getting to about the 3-yard line. So now 3rd and 1. We toss it out to the right side, and Wayne Gallman picks up a wonderful block that time from the undrafted tight end Hartman, and he gets in for the touchdown, and he makes it a 5-point game. So we do line up to go for the 2, and Jamison Crowder does hold on to that one in traffic, and we go up by a touchdown as we are towards the middle of the 3rd quarter. So here's Jared Goff. Can he finally lead another drive down the field? No time have they driven the ball the complete way down the field. They've had short drives. I mean, the first time they scored a touchdown, it was definitely not a long drive at all. It was about 40 yards, but this time we are stopping them. You see Todd Gurley cannot do anything, but on a 3rd and 11, he is picking up the first on this catch, and he gets to about the 48-yard line. So now on a 2nd and 11, here is Jared Goff, another clean pocket, throwing out to the left side, but Tyler Higbee cannot get upfield as he is tackled by Zach Brown. So now 3rd and 6 at the 48, throwing the ball to the left side. Another nice throw by Goff, finding Josh Reynolds, and that's going to be a catch at the 23-yard line as they are now in business. So now here is Todd Gurley. He had some open field, but he decides to cut to the outside, and he gets tackled. That's definitely something that Madden has to fix. So now on a 3rd and 4, sending some pressure, and that's Zach Brown on the hit and Matt Edwards on the recovery as we force the fumble. Jared Goff finally drives down the field to the 36 and coughs it up, as look at this hit by Zach Brown, just demolishes him. And we start this next drive out up 7. Can we make it a 2-score lead? And that's a good start, getting the ball to Geis up the middle. He's got 50 yards rushing in this game. And now we are on to the 4th quarter, as here's Jamison Crowder getting the easy slant route. Jarrett Stidham has yet to throw for a touchdown pass in this game, but on a 3rd and 3, getting it out to Dwayne Cummings, and he's been filling in pretty nicely, especially in the run game, because, you know, Jordan Reed is out. But on the next play, throwing the ball deep to Paul Richardson, and he gets behind Nikhil Roby-Coleman, and he gets in for the touchdown. That's a great throw, and that's the difference between Stidham and Tyree Jackson. When you need an accurate throw, Stidham can do that. Even though Tyree Jackson was really good at throwing deep balls, when you needed him the most, he would just pretty much let you down. And Stidham, it's definitely been different as we now take the 2-score lead. So you can see Jared Goff getting that pass complete to Tyler Higbee for the big gain and getting it to Josh Reynolds. So now they're set up with a 3rd and 5 at the 39-yard line, sending another blitz, and this time DJ Swearinger is there for the sack, and he makes it a 4th and long here at the 46-yard line. 7 minutes left to go in this 4th. Throwing the ball deep, desperation throw, and that's picked off by Tony Lippett, the one we traded for in the Alex Smith trade, coming over from the Dolphins, as we now have a 2-score lead with possession of the ball. So now here on the next drive, here's Paul Richardson picking up some more yardage, giving us some breathing room, getting to the 31-yard line. But on the next play, running a play action, and that's another sack by Abukum as he makes it 2 in the game. But, you know, speaking of Abukum, where is Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh? They've been bottled up this whole half, but on the next play, throwing the ball deep, and look at Paul Richardson. He's wide open, and there's nobody within 15 to 20 yards of him. Look at how wide open he gets on this play. Nobody is near him, Wow, he had to sit there and wait for the ball, turn around, and run in for the touchdown, as that is the kind of half it's been for this Redskins team, shutting down the Rams. They can't do anything. On the next drive, that's intercepted. DJ Swearinger that time, and that one was just easy, as, man, the Rams have collapsed here in the second half. Where has Jared Goff been this whole game? He has barely thrown for 200 yards, as now we get the ball back, just milking the clock here. 3rd and 9, handing the ball off to the right side, and we do settle for the field goal, as Jared Goff gets one more shot with under a minute left. This is definitely not enough time, but here throwing the ball out to Todd Gurley, but on a 3rd and 5 from the shotgun this time, testing another deep ball, and it's picked off for his 4th interception of the game. Josh Norman seals it, and wow, what a second half from this Redskins team. And I think we just might be a second half team this year, as Jared Goff doesn't even throw for 200 yards, 176 yards passing. Stidham throws for 307, 14 for 22, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. An impressive showing from him, as Geis runs for 67 yards. He doesn't get in the end zone, but I liked what I saw from this offense, but especially this defense. I mean, wow. We had 2 receivers over 100 yards, Jamison Crowder and Paul Richardson. But, man, I mean, our offensive line did a number on Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. Definitely, look at this. 1 sack given up in the game. And it was actually 2, to be honest. I don't know why it said 1. Abukum did have 2 sacks. But, wow, what a game by this secondary. We shut down Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp for the most part. They had to force the ball underneath to Tyler Higbee and also Todd Gurley, but it just wasn't enough. This defense is just playing at another level, and this actually came in a game where Matt Edwards and JJ Marble did not come up with the sack. So the second straight game that happens, but look at this. I mean, we dominated them. They had 214 total yards of offense in this game. We had 412. We pretty much doubled their yards on offense, and we killed them on defense. 4 turnovers. They had 5 turnovers total, 4 interceptions. But wow, Jared Goff just had probably the worst game of his career. 4 interceptions and a fumble where he lost it. And man, I think we are just on a high right now with Stidham at quarterback. This is gonna be an amazing season. You don't want to miss any action. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Another victory for the Redskins. Hail to the Redskins. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.